girl dad hat.
Shit. Has it hit you yet? Are you a dad now?
It has hit me full. The first 2 or 3 days of my daughter being born, I don't think I have been more scared and cried those 2 or 3 days than in my whole life. Bro, you're responsible for a human being.
Is she old enough yet to smoke stogies and drink bourbon? What do you think? Is it?
Nah, I think she got hit like 2 weeks.
I think okay. No, like 3 more days. Well, here's to your beautiful daughter.
Thank you, my man. Can't wait for you to meet her. I'm looking forward to getting back in the studio soon.
I'm looking forward to it, man. I miss you.
I miss you too, bro. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Burn Down Podcast. I'm Eric, a.k.a. Brother Cigar, in my bedroom now. The other man on the other side in the Burn Down studio is Justin, a.k.a. Dapper Cigar. We're doing a continuance of this mobile podcast because your boy's a dad. We talked about it. Now I'm a dad.
It is official now.
And in making it official, for this episode only, I will take off the Burn Down Podcast hat and I will put on the official girl dad hat.
Shit. He's a dad. He's a girl dad.
Bro.
All right.
What an experience.
So it's only right. It's only right that we light up in honor of Eric's new girl a blueprint stogie.
In her honor.
My
daughter. Let's
Eric's
go.
daughter. We're going to light up a blueprint.
As we're recording this,
look at this.
This is 11 days of being a dad. Bro.
Wildest shit ever.
You won't know until you do it, bro. Damn. This shit is crazy.
So let me ask you this. Has it hit you yet? Are you a dad now?
Bro, it has hit me full. I don't think the first 2 or 3 days of my daughter being born, I don't think I have been more scared and cried more than in the past those 2 or 3 days than in my whole life.
What are you scared about?
Bro, you're responsible for a human being.
Yeah.
Just the fear of the unknown. Just being like, shit, I just can't come home now, take my shoes off, sit on the couch and wait for dinner to be ready. It's like, no. I gotta come home now. I gotta make sure I come clean my hands, wipe my shoes, take off my clothes, kiss the baby, kiss the wife. How's my wife doing? How's the baby doing? Is she fed? Did she poop? Did she do this? It's crazy, bro.
Now it's gonna put a whole new meaning to those podcast Wednesdays, man.
Oh yeah,
where you get like a 2-hour break. It's gonna be a whole new meaning,
bro. I mean, so my setup now is I bought this mobile desk because I've been working from home. So I bought this little mobile desk with like wheels on it. So I got my little setup here. I got my iPad right here. I'm making sure my angle's all right. So I have the AirPlay on my TV so I can see myself. So I make sure I got the right angle. Like I might have to take a video of this, but
I love it.
I mean, look at this picture here. I'll show you here first.
I know, dude. It's fucking crazy, man. You're a dad.
It does.
Is she old? Is she old enough yet to smoke stogies and drink bourbon? What do you think? Is it?
Nah, I think she got hit like 2 weeks.
I think okay. No, like 3 more days.
Yeah, like 3 more days, and then she goes.
Well, here's to your beautiful daughter.
Thank you, my man. Can't wait for you to meet her.
I know. I'm just waiting for the. I know there's like some families are a little bit more lenient, I should say.
Yeah.
Some families are like, you can't see the baby if you're not blood relative. If you don't live with me, you can't see the baby for 3 months. And I'm like, I listen. You're the parent. What you say goes. Yeah. For your child, you can do whatever. You can say whatever. It's
our door has been a revolving door. It's just obviously it's just family. I mean, within a mile proximity, we all have Marissa's 2 parents, her 3 siblings, all her other family.
And good luck good luck saying no to like your grandparents or to the grandparents. No, you can't come see the baby. They'd be like, "The fuck out of here! I'm going."
But you know what? I love when people come here because then you know what? You get a little bit of a break. You know, because they say
Here,
like,
take my baby, please.
yeah, hold the baby. Let me take a quick nap real quick. But to be honest, though, the sleep hasn't been too bad. It's been an adjustment, but
you just just take it. Just take it on the chin, man. Just fucking take it.
I really care less more about my wife gets more sleep than I do. I'm like every 2 seconds waking up, bing. I'm like, is everything all right? And Mercy's like, oh. I said, listen, get some sleep. I'll do some daddy duties. Change the diaper, rock the baby, put the baby down. It's like, bro, it's you hear all these stories about when people have babies, their whole life changes, their world. It's fucking true, dude. It's fucking nuts. So, and being in the hospital and watching Marissa go through that, when your wife has contractions and there's nothing you can do, bro. It's going away now, but I used to have a black and blue right here from my wife squeezing my biceps so hard because she was going through, and I'm like trying to like soothe her as she's going through these contractions.
Can't do shit.
And I'm like, my eyes are getting all watery, and she's like, don't you cry. I need you right now. I was like, all right, yeah, sure, no problem. Because you can't do anything, bro.
No, you can't do nothing. You can't do nothing.
So,
that's crazy. Why right now it's your job. You take care of the baby. Let her rest. Let her recover.
Yeah.
It's your job now.
And it's actually been perfect timing because now the baby's sleeping. I told Marissa to just go on the couch and just take a little nap. So, it's like kind of like I got some me time.
Too bad you couldn't light up a stove.
Oh, bro, I haven't had a cigar since probably the last time. I don't even know. Maybe a couple of days before, maybe July 22nd, July 21st.
It's been a few weeks.
Yeah, it's been a few weeks, but you'll get a kick out of this. So I didn't know when your wife's in labor, husbands have to assist the doctors and the nurses. I didn't know that was a part of the job description as a husband and a dad. So Marissa's starting to go through labor, and at this point, it's just this nurse, and the nurse has been doing this for 45 years. She has four more shifts left of her whole career.
Wow.
So she's like the vet, the OG of baby delivery. So she's like, yeah, you guys are my fourth session left, my fourth shift. After this, I go down to my house in Naples that we just bought. Retirement, this and that. I'm like, all right.
Nice area. Naples is a nice area.
Yeah. Oh, she was telling this whole thing. I'm like, that sounds like a sick setup. So I'm like, this is the person I want in this room right now. Because she's like, oh, we'll get this baby out, no problem. You're in the right hands. I'm like, cool. So I'm just sitting on the sidelines, sitting in the seat while this is all going down. And the nurse is like, you, Dad, get up. Over here and help. And I'm like, huh? She's like, get on the side and help. I said,
with what?
What am I doing? She's like, just hold her leg and help her push. So you literally hold her leg like a chicken wing, and when she has a contraction and she pushes, you push her. Bro, I'm like trying not to get worked up, and I'm like, I hope I'm doing this right. So
it's like when you ever see like a little kid, you got to work the kid to get him to fart. You take their kids and you push them on the chest, and it eventually works out a fart. It's literally the same concept.
I'm doing that.
Do that to your
my
wife.
baby now. Yeah. Well, I did that with my wife. Now I'm doing it with my baby.
Yeah, it's like
yeah. You do the bicycle kicks. You gotta
work. It's like when you take a dog for a walk. You got to get them moving so that it gets their the juices flowing.
Yeah, you gotta get it going, bro. So it was a little shell shock. I was like, what? But you know what? I didn't think I could see my wife give birth. But I think about it. I used to do medical sales, and I used to see people's heads get cut open and shit like that. So I'm like, you know what? This is gonna be a breeze. When you see a baby come out, dude, I can't wait for you to go through it, because I was in shock. It was like they're like, push, push, push. And then all of a sudden, boom, baby's here right on her chest. I'm like, what just happened? The baby's here already? And I'm looking at the baby. I'm like, this is my kid now. This is mine? Question mark?
So how long from when they first started saying push, push, push until the baby?
Oh, she was in labor for an hour and a half. She rocked it. You know what? And
epidural? No epidural.
She got an epidural. And, but she didn't get an epidural till late because the way when we got to the hospital, she was so like her dilation wasn't big yet, so it was going slow, and all of a sudden, they gave her, I forgot the medicine that helps you put into labor, but all of a sudden it was like that, and all of a sudden she's getting these big contractions.
Oh, they induced her?
They induced her, yeah. So all of a sudden she's getting these huge contractions, and she's screaming bloody murder, like holding on to you for dear life. And and she's like, "Give me the fucking epidural." So she's like, "Well, if we have another kid, guess what I'm doing? As soon as we get to the hospital, I'm getting the epidural. I experienced it. I went through it. Not anymore." I'm like, "What did it feel like?" She goes, "The most unimaginable pain you can ever think of. Like, just," she's like, "Girls are a lot tougher than guys." I'm like, "Yeah, you're probably right." But man,
that's wild. It's like getting kicked in the nuts 100 times in a row.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Exactly. It's funny. It's like, just to play devil's advocate. Have you ever heard the joke about the guy? He says, getting kicked in the nuts is worse than giving birth, and all the women are like, no, it's not, absolutely not. And I'm not saying that it is, but here's the joke. He's like, no, getting kicked in the nuts is definitely worse than than giving birth. And they're like, well, why do you say that? He goes, because women will have multiple kids, but I've never heard a guy say, yeah, kick me in the nuts again.
Yeah, dead ass.
And I'm like, that's a funny joke, but like, all right, a little bit different there. Imagine getting kicked in the nuts for like an hour and a half. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
That's probably
just constant boom, 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 boom. So my dad actually ended up getting me the Ashton It's a Girl cigars. So
yeah, did you give them out in the hospital?
I did, of course. Yeah. And I didn't find any guys like that one video who was just sitting around waiting to collect cigars. I was trying to offer them to people, but they wouldn't take them. Oh, I'm just here for my cigars. I'm not having a baby. Dutch Masters.
That's a funny
classic Dutch Master commercial.
That's a great thing. Great flick.
So, yeah, being a dad, been nuts. Justin's kind of been taking the run, taking the ship of the BDP cigars by the horns, in control of what we're doing. So I appreciate that. But
yeah, that's why we're a team, man.
I know, it's a great
team.
I love it. And bro, I can't, it's not a weird experience, but like, it is like a life altering experience, bro. Like, my life's never going to be the same now. It's so different. I look at my wife, Marissa, so much more different now going through that. And like, she was so determined. I thought she would be like, and it's nothing like the movies, by the way. It's like, the water doesn't break. Cause I've learned that only 15% of women, their water break. Naturally.
That's I heard that, and I don't know if it's, again, not to get all like, for lack of a better term, political with it, but I don't think that's the right term. But I heard that recently, like, it's been like not a lot of women's water break. Does that mean? Not a lot of women have their water break. It's more of and I don't know, does that have something to do with the amount of like drugs that the women are taking? Does that have
Well, Marissa's water broke like naturally.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Because I've heard that not a lot of women have their water break and they have to be induced. And I'm like, what's the cause of that? Because 50 years ago, it was like a very common thing. You just, when your water broke, baby's coming. But now I've heard a lot more. I don't know. Is that like a...
I don't know. It's a good question, actually.
I wonder what the correlation is, like if there's a reason behind it.
Yeah, I don't, that's a great question, actually. And I was like, 15% of women only their water. I don't know.
What do you think the percentage was like 50 years ago? Can we Google it?
Hey, let's say I got my computer right here.
Be like percentage, percentage of women whose water breaks by year. Maybe there's a fucking graph. Or go to ChatGPT and tell me, create a graph.
Yeah.
Go to ChatGPT and say, create a graph where the y-axis is the percentage of pregnant women whose water breaks naturally.
Oh, just say this. Why?
Now go to see if ChatGPT does it.
Why do the percentage of women?
I'm going to see if ChatGPT does it.
Water break is so low?
I'm going to say it. Ready? Create me a graph with the y-axis being percentage of...
So it says 15% of women have their membranes ruptured at all In fact, only about 15% of women have their membranes rupture at all before labor begins. The other 85% may experience their water breaking during labor, delivery, or preterm. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I just told ChatGPT to do it. I'm going to see if it does it. It's analyzing.
Let's see here.
I said, create me a graph with the y-axis being percentage of women whose water breaks naturally, and the x-axis is years from 1900 to now. And it's analyzing. I want to see if it does anything.
Let's go.
It may not, because I'm on a Zoom call and it's fucking...
But yeah, it was wild. So her water broke, and then when the wild part was when she was in labor, she was calm, cool, and collected, and she was doing her thing, and the doctor was like, and all I saw was like this black set of hair, and I'm like, holy shit. It's really fucking coming. All I just hear is this big head of hair. The nurse is like, the doctor's like, she's got a huge head of hair. I was like, let's fucking go. So, as Marissa's like going through labor, the doctor's like, Marissa, give me your hand. And he gives her and takes her hand and she feels like the top of the baby's head with the hair. So after Marissa felt that, she's like, I'm getting this baby out. So on our contraction, I was like in her, I was like, let's fucking go. You fucking got this. Fucking get this baby out. And she's like, but it was like a movie, bro. It was fucking sick.
It was like, brings you back to when you were under that 300-pound squat bar. Let's go, bro. Get this shit up. Put this shit up.
That same motivation. I don't think I can even squat 150 right now.
All right, here we go. Ready? It said, it seems the provided percentage data doesn't match the number of years from 1900. Let's simplify and create a sample data set with the appropriate values. I'll generate data assuming a slight decline over the years and plot the graph. Percentage of women whose water breaks naturally from 1900 to 2020. Here's the graph showing the percentage of women whose water breaks. The data reflects a general decline over the years with some random variation. If you have specific data points, we can update the graph accordingly. So this is showing from 1900, it was 100% because I guess there was no inducing. And now in 2020, it says it's 86%, but I don't know if that's... So let's do this. Ready? What is the percentage of women whose water breaks naturally in 1900? And what is the percentage in 2024? Let's see. In general sample, a percentage of 1900 is around 98%. For 2024, we can extrapolate the data slightly beyond 2020 to estimate the percentage. Let's calculate that. It says 84%, but I don't know if that... What is the percentage of women whose water...
Yeah, I don't know. Guess we have to have that baby doctor on the podcast and ask them that question. Go.
Only a very small percentage of women experience the rupture of the amniotic sac before they go into labor, so chances are good you'll have plenty of warning. So it says about 15%.
15%?
Yes, I don't know where the other one. The majority of women can still get naturally if their water breaks. About 11% of women who carry the term. In fact, only about 15% of women have their membranes rupture at all before labor begins. The other 85% may experience their water breaking later on.
Damn. And I gotta tell you, bro, that first drive home from the hospital.
Yeah, here you go. It says only about 10 to 20% of pregnant people experience their water breaking or rupture of the membranes before labor begins. The other 80 to 90% will experience their water breaking during labor, delivery, or even preterm. So, yeah. So I mean, I guess now because you kind of know that you're going into labor, you're in the hospital already, so your water doesn't just break while you're walking to the kitchen.
Yeah,
you're in the hospital on the bed, and they're like, all right, they put you into labor, and then your water breaks as a result of that. But back in 1900s, every woman's water broke because they're like, It's 1900, you know?
There's only one way.
So, interesting.
That is interesting. The drive home, though.
Oh, yeah. So you drove and she's sitting there probably passed out?
No. She was, Marissa was in the back, like, crying her eyes out. Cause I put on.
How slow did you drive?
Bro, I was going the speed limit 10 and 2, like nobody's business.
You're going to start driving like an old man now.
Bro, I was so focused.
Bro.
So focused.
You're going to be driving like this now. Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah. Like a little boat
like
driver.
A couple of miles, like the highway trips, people used to go going 80, 85. You're going 67. Right lane, 67.
Bro, I was like, I couldn't even focus. I'm trying to focus because, not obviously do anything in the car. Then I'm trying not to cry because the music in the car that's playing is the music that Marissa used to play when she was in her stomach. So I'm like, oh God.
And you're trying not to look in the rearview mirror to look at your baby.
Oh yeah, forget that, bro. Forget that. I already had the camera in the back already set up. So I'm like, oh God, don't look at the camera. Don't look at the camera. Don't look at Marissa. But crazy wave of emotions, bro. I'm back to normal now. But I just couldn't stop crying. It was nuts.
Mr. Emotional.
Bro, I'm a softie now. Even when she's like crying a lot, like even when you don't know why she's crying, you're like you're trying not to get teared up. You're like, why is this baby crying? You're like, shh, it's okay. But she's been really good. She's very content. She's only really crying for like the three main necessities, sleep, hungry, or change her diaper. But, she sleeps at like 3-4 hours a clip. So
you're like fucking love it. You're like, great. I can roll off 3-4 hours a clip.
Oh my God. Yeah. I mean,
and how long does she sleep during the day?
She sleeps all day.
Yeah.
I mean, they say babies need like 16 to 18 hours of sleep. So
didn't I tell you the first couple of months, you're like, oh, I want to lay on the floor, watch Disney movies. I'm like, shit, you're going to be doing shit. She's going to be sleeping.
Dude, you kidding me? As soon as we got her in the bassinet in the living room, I put on Disney movies. I put on all the classic Disney movies. She
sleeps the whole time. You're like, come on, play with me. And she's like, leave me the fuck alone. I'm sleeping.
Yeah. Well, that's what she needs. In the morning, we'll take her out we'll put her in the stroller and walk her. And they say like, when a baby just gets fresh air, oxygen, that really like knocks him out. So she's tired from that. And then
fresh air, oxygen, a little sunlight, good for her. Good for
you
him.
just try to keep them up like 30 minutes to an hour. You do like the tummy time thing. You put them in the little like play set things and just
move their arms around.
You move their arms around. Try to play around with them. So it's fucking nuts, bro. I can't believe it.
And then you get like 3-4 hours of clip, and she goes to nap, and you're like, all right, I gotta get a workout in. I gotta meal prep. I gotta do some work. I got 20 minutes.
Yeah, I'm not at that point yet. But
I gotta get all this shit done before she wakes up again.
I'm not even cool. I'm just trying to get through the day. That's what.
Because she probably goes to sleep, and you're like, I got all this shit done, and then you take one look at her, and you wind up realizing like it's like the doom scrolling. You just stare at her for the next.
Yeah.
Like, shit, I've been staring at her for an hour and a half. I gotta get some shit done.
That's Marissa, she's like, oh, I gotta do this, and this. But then I'm like, all right, let's do it. And she's like, well, no, I don't want to let her go yet. And she's just like laying on her chest. I'm like, all right, it's been 30 minutes. She's like, I'm not ready to do it yet. I'm like,
it's the doom scrolling on the, you're like, get off, go do the shit. You need to do it. I can't get.
No, it's 100%. So, but yeah, we're just trying to get in a groove. It's been.
I love it, dude.
You're just trying to survive. Just get through the day, get through the night. You wake up in the morning, you're like, all right, we did it. Another day.
Yeah, but you're like, you got the good mindset, man. It's not gonna. You're just kind of like, you get into the groove of things. Some people can take it and they just like panic. They're like, oh my God, I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah.
And you're just like, nope, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. Wake up, rinse and repeat.
Marissa's, mama bear, so all her natural instincts already come out, so she's already got that on lock. And I'm just here to sub in.
You're just along for the ride.
Yeah, I'm just here for the ride.
Your main job is make sure Marissa is taken care of.
That's it.
Honey, you got everything you need. You need me to do anything? Are you good? How you feeling? What
You need to wash the dishes real quick.
What do you need me to do? You need me to do? You need me to fold that sock?
Away.
I'll fold that sock for you. What do you want? What do you need? I got you.
That's it, brother. 100%.
You're the servant right now.
I try to think of it like, man, how do single moms survive?
Dude.
How do single moms do that? That's why they should get a lot of respect, because
you know what they do is they just they don't have a choice.
No, it's
right?
true.
Backs against the wall. It's like you just figure it out.
No, it's so true, but yeah, I mean, obviously you have to figure it out, and but like
that's why, because they have no other choice. It's like you can't not take care of your kid. Like,
yeah,
you gotta fucking figure it out. Give them all the props in the world, man.
We were talking to one of our buddies. Shit, it's downpouring right now.
Yeah, you know what's crazy is like, dude, we have nothing. Our basement flooded again. There's a whole nother fucking thing. But,
really?
Yeah, we'll talk about it on another episode. But it was everybody's talking about this rain, and I'm like, I fucking got no rain here. I got the monsoon 2 nights ago. That was fucking nuts, dude.
Yeah, that was
rain
crazy.
like an inch in an hour, and that's what caused it. But everybody's talking about I'm like, I got nothing here. I'm hearing the thunder.
No, the last 3 days, it's coming down right now.
Bro, we sat out in the front because I love thunderstorms. Love it.
Same.
Right?
Same.
Anytime I hear thunderstorms, and I'm like, Kelly, come home. Let's just get on the couch. Let's just listen to the rain. Let's watch a movie. Get all cozy. I love it. I fucking love thunderstorms. And it was so bad the other day that we wound up just sitting out on the front porch and watching the rain and watching the lightning, because it was like the lightning was very active. And there was one dude. Remember the time when we were in the studio and it like basically struck the studio?
Yeah, turn the lights off.
Dude, we were in the front of the house and there was one. I shit you, and I thought it hit my neighbor's tree. It was like, it shook my whole fucking house. And I was like, Kelly looked at me. She's like, I was like, whoa, that was a big one. It was like the lightning strike and the thunder happened like exactly at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm like, this storm is on top of us right now. And then I went inside and found out that there was water in my basement. So that's but fucking crazy.
A, man. Fucking A. Oh, man. Have you ever changed a diaper before?
Have I ever changed? Yes, I have.
Have you?
Yeah.
Damn. No, I never changed a diaper.
Girls are a little different though, because you got to make sure you can't wipe towards the.
You gotta go from front. You gotta go from front to back.
Yeah, boys don't really have that problem, but
no.
Girls, you gotta go. You can't wipe towards the vagina, otherwise they get an infection.
And you gotta make sure you gotta clean everything and make sure you gotta go inside. You gotta do a little car wash.
Especially when they have a blowout and it's like up their fucking back and dripping on the floor, and then it's not just change the diaper; it's like clean the whole house.
There's already been a few times where my mother-in-law was here once and she freaking squirted
everywhere. Right up the back.
Right on her arm,
yep.
Right on the brand new rug, everything. I was like, This is hilarious. And then, but even sometimes, like you'll be changing, all of a sudden she just starts, you wipe her doing everything, all of a sudden she just starts, I can only imagine how when it's with boys, when they have the long stream of pee. But like, you'll wipe her and you put the diaper on and all of a sudden she just has this water fountain. It legit looks like a water fountain. Like, the water fountains in school, you press the button, the water comes out.
She just starts peeing.
That's what it looks like. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, don't get on your clothes. I don't want to freaking change you again. Wait
till it squirts on you and it's on your freaking
shoulder
and your face. You're just like
past it.
Unfazed.
I'm so. I don't think anything phases me anymore. I'm not to a point where it's like Marcia's like, be like, does it smell like poop or is it poop? I'll be like, hold on, let me see. I'll put my fucking finger in. I'll be like, oh yeah, there's poop right here on my finger. Yeah, she pooped. Like that's the level I'm at right now.
You're just unfazed.
Like, it doesn't even bother. It's like, it's fuck, cause I used to think I'd be like, oh god, baby poop is so gross, the yellow mustard, it's disgusting. I don't think I can ever look at that. Now I'm like, hold on, let me put my finger in.
You're like,
yeah, that's poop now. Yep.
You're just unfazed.
Yeah. It's like a different switch goes off in your head when like you're responsible for another human being.
Well, what's funny is I feel like that's only the case when it's your child. Like you ain't sticking your finger in somebody else's. If somebody else's child shits while you're holding her, you're like, ugh. But if it's yours, you're like, I don't even care. You're like, you open it up. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, no shit. I would think you'd be like a little weird. Like, hey, Eric, can you see my baby pooped? Yeah, hold on. Oh yeah, I put my finger in your child's butt. Yeah, there you go.
Like that's funny because that happens with my dog Charlie. So Charlie is she's not spayed. She's all natural, and so she's got all of her nipples underneath her, like on her underside, and in her older age, sometimes the glands, like she can lactate, and sometimes the glands get a little swollen, and she's sometimes it can get infected, sometimes not, but like, so she'll be like laying on me, like laying on my chest, and then she gets up to like run, and she lactated like all over my shirt, and it's just like, all right, just, you know, or like or if she's having like like her stomach issues, she'll like sit on me and get up, and then like there's just poop like all over my shirt, and it's just
perfect.
You're just like, all right, like I've had literally dog lactate all like on my shirt, like.
Did you get some cookies and try to dip it in?
And you're just like, whatever, just like.
No, it's like when it's your own, it's like whatever.
I mean, that's like, you know, it's not a human, but it's like it's still, you know, secretion of something else.
It's yours.
You're just like, yeah, whatever.
But it's like different when it's actually like yours. Like you pick your nose and you're like, oh, there's a booger on my nose. When you see someone else pick their nose and you see a big booger and you're like, oh, that's fucking disgusting.
Have you had to do that yet? Have you had to? You got the snot sucker?
No, not yet.
Yeah,
not yet.
The snot sucker.
I don't even know what that is.
So babies can't blow their nose. They don't know how to blow their nose yet. So if they get all congested, you have to use a snot sucker to suck their boogers out.
Sounds fun.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
The old school ways, you'd put like now, I think, I don't know if you have to actually, they might have a newer one where it's like a machine, but I doubt it, but you have to like put a hose in and go and like suck the snot out. Yeah. Because they can't blow their nose, otherwise they can't breathe. They're so congested. So.
Yeah. Damn.
Fucking crazy, man. Then you'll be like, poo, poo. You be like, poo.
Yeah, give me that hawk tour. Give me that hawk tour.
The snot sucker.
I can't believe it. I'm a dad.
You're a fucking dad, bro.
I'm a dad. I'm looking forward to getting back in the studio soon.
I'm looking forward to it, man. I miss you.
I miss you too, bro. We got some exciting news, official exciting news that we'll keep on. We'll keep for the next episode.
Yeah, we got some big news coming next episode,
and it's actual real news, not
big
just,
news. Yeah,
not fake news or
no, it's big news for sure.
It's real news. So we'll cut this one to the end here. So if you like this episode, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and hit that bell so you get notified every single time we drop a new episode. And become a member on our website, burndownpodcast.com. Exclusive discounts to our cigar, the Blueprint, plus our next cigar coming out. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you for joining us. And as we like to say, cheers, chin chin, salud. It's on the t-shirt, baby.